What is good, everybody? Welcome to this video. And I just finished watching the Demon Slayer movie, and if you don't know, I live in Canada, and there's a part in Canada where I live where theaters are not open, so I had to actually kind of download the movie / watch the movie not in theaters. And to be honest, I'm kind of sad that I didn't experience this movie in a theater, but at the same time I'm happy that I didn't, just because, man, there were a few moments in this movie that I had to pause, go get some water, breathe for a second, and just digest what was happening. So let's talk about it. Like I said, I just finished watching the movie, and my initial reactions or my initial thoughts on the movie. Honestly, I am very happy with the movie. I thought the movie was incredible. I think the ending they could have shown a bit more of the ending, but I guess of the aftermath, I mean. But I guess that is going to be done in season 2, so season 2 might be a little bit of a slower start. But yeah, onto the movie. We start off right on the train, and there's we know there's demons. They get put into sleep by the ticket. They seal the ticket. Or they stamp it or whatever, they cut the ticket and they're already going to sleep. And we get into Tanjiro's dream, man. And the thing that surprised me the most about Tanjiro's dream is survivor's guilt. That's the only thing that I was thinking. That's the first thing that I thought while watching his dream, is that should he have survivor's guilt? And it's a natural feeling. There's people that have it, and it is what it is, right? And Tanjiro, obviously, in a sense, should have it, but he's working towards, essentially turning Nezuko back into a human. But it's something that you can't really escape from, and it is very sad. It was very sad to see that, all his family members, I believe he has 5 more siblings, and they're all there, man. His mom is there. At the end, even his father is there. And Tanjiro, is just like, I wish I could go back, or I wish, nothing happened. And if this never happened, I would still be that boy who's just collecting coal or chopping wood. And that's crazy, man. A little bit into Rengoku's dream. Obviously, we get into, I feel like his dream, and the essence of his dream, was to show us why we should care about him, and why he's such an awesome character. By the way, oh my god, man. Definitely, I really felt attached to his character. Incredible character. I'm getting already teared up from just thinking about it again. But we see that his dad was a little bit off. His dad became a Hashira, excellent Demon Slayer, and at one point he just stopped. Maybe it was at the point when his mom died, I don't know. But his mom, at the end, more so at the end of the movie, we see that Rengoku was blessed with the gift, and he was stronger than his brothers and very much stronger than others. And his mother could see that at a very young age. And she asks him the question, like, why do you think, or what are you gonna do with that? And the answer is, protect. You're strong and you should protect. By the end, he definitely does it. Into the movie, watching it, I'm gonna jump on topics and off topics, so bear with me. But while watching the movie, I definitely thought, first of all, before I get into that, I want to say I was not spoiled. And the main reason, and honestly, the spoilers have been chill right off, like, as of now, where I think it's May 13th. The spoilers now are chill. Like, no one's really talking about this movie, and I'm happy. And I'm happy that no one's really talking about it, even though it came out 2 weeks ago. So that's great. On to what I was gonna say is that the movie is about the Mugen train. That's the name. I guess that could be the arc name. Honestly, that arc or that name is just a setup for the end. That's what I felt. Like, the whole thing with that lower demon, yeah, he or she was strong, you know, put him into sleep. But once he got figured out that you have to basically cut your head off, like it was kind of easy. It was kind of easy to go back into it. While Tanjiro's fighting the demon and he realizes what he has to do to slip out of his dream, what I was thinking throughout those scenes was, dude, the will that he has is insane. And despite him having survivor's guilt, you know, what happened to him definitely made him stronger, in my opinion. That's what I think. He definitely has become a very strong, a very mentally strong person after what happened to him and after what he has dealt through and what he has to overcome. So I think in a way, what the dream was showing him I know it wasn't supposed to be a nightmare, but at the same time, it wasn't happy to him, because once he figured out that it was a dream, it's like, you guys have passed away already. I'm sorry that I'm doing this to you, but I have to do this once again. And he's just, you know, committing seppuku once more to slip himself out of the dream. Now jump into that. I really love, I know I'm guessing this is what the author is doing, and the author loves doing this, is to put Inosuke with Tanjiro. I love the dynamic. I really like Inosuke's character. He's very funny, he's very cool, and I thought that it was very funny that he was like, this is the demon, this is a beast, I'm gonna take down this beast, and at the end of it, like, the train itself actually became the beast. So he was kind of right, and it just made the dynamic so much cooler and better. Zenitsu had his dude. When Zenitsu came, I want to say this. When Nezuko was in trouble and Zenitsu came through, I was jumping off my seat. This seat right here, I really got turned, bro. I got so excited to see Zenitsu just going crazy. I thought it really funny very funny, but at the same very interesting, that all their subconscious were very interesting. You know, Zenitsu had this dark, pitch dark subconscious that he only allowed who he wanted to allow into, and in this case, it was Nezuko. Inosuke's subconscious was crazy, bro. You know, it's just a cave, and like the person who was tied to him was just like going crazy with Inosuke, just following them around. Rengoku's subconscious was the one that kind of got me the most into it. Just fire everywhere. That was dope. Just fire everywhere. His willpower, of course, you know, he grabs the person by the neck and just, you know, is not letting him like shatter the spirit or the core. I don't remember the name anymore. The spiritual core, I think it was called. And Tanjiro's subconscious was just beautiful, man. Just like he himself is. Beautiful person, has a beautiful soul, and that just allowed the other person to not really do anything against him. And when he wakes up from the dream, you know, the person feels remorse. The person who was gonna commit damage to his core, he doesn't want to do it, really. You know, he actually turns a traitor to the other guys that wanted to die or fall asleep into the dream. I only wish I could see how long this video is, because I want to talk about it more. The willpower of these characters is just incredible, and that's something that I really love. Honestly, what I can think of it is peak shonen, man. While watching this movie, this to me is peak shonen. Shonen sometimes, that's another conversation, but shonen sometimes get thrown off as a negative thing, or shonen is just very stereotypical, or every shonen is the same plot, every shonen is this, people rant about it. But to me, man, this shonen, it felt incredible. It really felt incredible. Now on to the last, I want to think if there's any other things before I wrap up this video. I talked about Zenitsu, I talked about Tanjiro, of the whole thing. The last little bit about Tanjiro, it really pissed me off, the fact that that engineer dude came in and stabbed him. Like, it could have been avoided, I feel like, but for plot wise, I guess it was needed, because they had to nerf Tanjiro in some way for the fight of Rengoku to be a one-on-one only. Although that fight, I even feel like that fight, that nerf was only done for Akaza or Azaka, I don't remember his name already, to escape. And he escaped by the grit of his teeth, by the way. So yeah, let's just talk about the real thing now. Man, the last 25 minutes, the last 40 minutes, so 2 episodes worth, was when that upper third demon shows up. And I read on Twitter like, oh, Rengoku versus Asaka, oh, Rengoku versus Asaka. And the only thing that I thought was like, I don't really consider it a spoiler, but the only thing that I would think of is like, okay, it's gonna be Rengoku versus the train guy. After he gets his neck cut off, somehow he returns back as a stronger demon. That's what I thought. And even after the other demon shows up, Azaka shows up, before showing that he's upper 3, you know, I think this is what's happening. But no, man, it was just an upper 3rd level demon straight from Muzan's book. It's obviously that Muzan sent him after, and probably the guy was like waiting for everyone to be damaged so that he would jump in or something like that. Honestly, I am mind blown by his power. I am really mind blown by his power. I'm not like, when Rengoku was fighting him, I was just very surprised that the 3rd level demon, or upper 3rd, was just like Azaka. Let me just Google his name before I keep butchering him. Azaka Demon Slayer. Akaza is his name. Akaza. So when Akaza was showing up and he was fighting Rengoku, the only thing that was crossing my mind is, dude, Rengoku, he's not being even like, he's not standing a chance against this demon. This is just crazy. I couldn't find, he was on par to some point, but he was doing 1st form, 3rd form, 4th form, 5th form. No forms were like doing any real damage to him, and that's what's crazy. We get another thing that I want to say is the demon saw potential in Rengoku, and he just kept on saying, turn into a demon, turn into a demon. And what this tells me is that I have a feeling that upper 3rd or the upper level ranked demons have the power to turn humans into demons. And that's very interesting, because we could see someone along the way possibly turn into a demon, maybe a character that we like, not necessarily our MCs, but maybe a character that we like turns into a demon because he has potential like that. I don't know, but yeah, on to my final point, death. You know, it's very typical from shonen. I know I kind of said not typical, but in shonen there's always a point where you have to pass on the torch, and sometimes death will propel you to become even greater, and the person who dies sets an example for you to achieve better things. You know, I was kind of trying to think of a scenario that really applies to this, but I can't really recall one. But I did think of when Goku sacrifices himself to save the Earth with Cell, and it led Gohan to, you know, beat Cell. Now it's different in this case because Tanjiro doesn't really, you know, revolt and beat Akaza, but in a way it felt like Rengoku passed the torch to Tanjiro and the others, because he says, I believe in you, but he mentions the others too. And there's a point where Inosuke says, he said he believes in you, but what I felt is that he believes in all of them. And by the end when he says, I believe in Nezuko as well, man, that was heavy, bro. That was heavy. That was tough. But I want to say one last thing is that definitely for me, I'm gonna rewatch this movie another day. If my place in Canada lockdown, I don't know if I said why lockdown. I don't know if I said that lockdown's not over here where I am in Canada yet. But if lockdown is still here, but if it comes off and the movie's still showing in theaters, I am definitely going to watch this movie in theaters. I watched it with these headphones and I cranked the volume up to the highest, turned the bass up on the equalizer, and it was a great experience. But I would definitely go watch this movie again. hard for me to hold it down, man. Tears were flowing out of my face. I definitely felt sad throughout the movie. I felt excited, and that's the best thing about these movies. Great thing that they adapted this whole thing, this whole arc into a movie. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. And I'm just a little bit disappointed that they had to kill off a great character, but sometimes it's needed. Do I think it should have been done? Probably not. You know, I think he should have left maybe he should have been left badly wounded and unable to then, you know, fight as a demon slayer, but no, they just killed him off, and that's very sad. That's it for me. If you like what I talked about, it's a discussion, it's like a little bit of a review. Like I said, leave a comment down below. What do you think? If you're new here and you like what we talked about and you like the excitement in my voice and how I really like this movie and how excited I was about this movie, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I really hope this video is not too long. That's it for me again. We lo out. Peace.